So by now you've probably watched enough of my stuff, or you're, vaguely familiar with me, who I am, my style. So my page is all about my personal experience and the things that I've learned, right? It's not about what the research says or some scientific study or a bunch of data collated to indicate a trend in XYZ, right? I don't care about that. I'm sure it's all very true. I'm sure there's lots of literature and whatnot that'll support whatever your claims are. And if you're a research data person, that's great. But I'm not, right? Not to say that I don't believe it or that it's wrong, but what I give primacy is my own experience, the reality of my situation. Because a lot of the time I find that people will say these things, they'll make these big claims about science, data, research, whatever. And sometimes I'll find it's really not the case for me. For whatever reason, there's a million variables. I couldn't even begin to imagine how many there are. But I much prefer to pass on my human experience and the lessons that I've actually learned and actually been through than regurgitate something out of a book or some scientific literature or a research paper or an article. True, it may be, right? Now, I didn't know this, but what I do is actually something called grounded theory. Pretty sure it's grounded theory. So it's you'll take your human experience, you'll document it, you'll go through whatever it is, and you'll come to some sort of conclusion, right? And then later, whether on purpose or by accident, you'll find that the thing that you've confirmed in your own mind or gone through is already out there in the literature, or there's some data to support it, or it's already a real thing. Whether that's in scripture, whether that's in philosophy or the psychological literature, or it's out there in, a movie or whatever, or somebody else has already documented it, or there is already a process, right? That's what I do. So nothing I do is drawn from any sort of research, scientific studies, nothing. I don't like to regurgitate anything. It's 100% my opinion, what's happened to me and the conclusion that I have come to. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. And I'm not saying that what you think is wrong, because whatever your experience is correct to you. It just may be a little bit different to mine. So take what I say with whatever amount of salt you want to take it with, but that's why I don't focus on those types of things, because I just don't think they're healthy. Sorry, not healthy. I don't think that they're as useful in what I do versus the way I do what I do. I'd rather be like, hey, this is what actually happened. I know we get this really clinical, sterile view of these types of experiences and the labels and what's written in the books and the graphs and whatnot, but I just don't find that humans relate to that type of stuff. Humans relate to humans because we are humans and that's what we do, we connect. So if my experience is relative to you and you get something out of it, that's fucking awesome. But if some sort of sciencey research thing is more important to you, then go and take that. But yeah, do not ever make the mistake of trying to tell me that something I've said is wrong or the research indicates otherwise, because I don't care. So don't bother. So yeah, just live your life and go through your experience and get what you can out of my stuff.